Once upon a time, in a small village nestled deep in the heart of the forest, there lived a young girl named Adela. Adela was a curious and adventurous child who spent her days exploring the woods and the streams that flowed through them. She loved nothing more than to wander through the trees, listening to the birds sing and the leaves rustle in the breeze. One day, as she was wandering through the forest, Adela came across a small clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a majestic tree, unlike any she had ever seen before. It was tall and wide, with branches that stretched up to the sky and roots that dug deep into the earth. Adela couldn't help but be drawn to the tree. She approached it slowly, her eyes wide with wonder. As she reached out to touch the trunk, she felt a strange energy coursing through her body. Suddenly, she was transported to another world, a world of magic and wonder. This new world was unlike anything Adela had ever seen before. The sky was a deep shade of purple and the stars twinkled like diamonds. The ground was covered in a soft, mossy green and the trees were made of crystal. In the distance, Adela could see a castle, its turrets reaching high into the sky. Without hesitation, Adela set off towards the castle. As she walked, she passed through fields of flowers and over sparkling streams. She met all sorts of magical creatures along the way, fairies, unicorns, and even dragons. As she neared the castle, Adela's heart began to race. She had no idea what she would find inside, but she knew that it would be something special. When she finally reached the castle gates, she found them guarded by two fierce griffins. "Who are you, and what is your business here?" they demanded. "I'm Adela," she replied. "I'm here to explore this new world and discover its secrets." The griffins looked at each other, then nodded. "Very well," they said. "You may enter." Adela stepped through the gates and into the castle. Inside, she found a grand hall, filled with light and music. She walked through the hall, taking in the sights and sounds. Finally, she came to a door at the far end. Without hesitation, she opened it and stepped inside. The room was dark, but as Adela's eyes adjusted, she could see a figure sitting at a desk in the corner. The figure was an old, bearded wizard, dressed in robes of midnight blue. "Welcome, Adela," he said, without looking up from his work. "I have been expecting you." "Who are you?" Adela asked. "I am the wizard who rules this world," the wizard replied. "I have been waiting for a brave and curious child like you to come and help me save it." "Save it? What do you mean?" "This world is in danger," the wizard said. "There is an evil sorcerer who seeks to destroy it, and all the magical creatures who live here. I need your help to stop him." Adela's heart skipped a beat. She had never been on a real adventure before, but this sounded like the perfect opportunity. "I'll help you," she said. The wizard smiled. "I knew you would," he said. "Come, I will show you what you must do." The wizard led Adela through the castle, showing her all the magical creatures who lived there and the different rooms and chambers. He told her about the different spells and potions that she would need to use in order to defeat the sorcerer. Adela listened carefully, taking in all the information. She knew that this would not be an easy task, but she was determined to save the magical world and its inhabitants. The wizard gave Adela a magical amulet, which would protect her from the sorcerer's spells. He also gave her a spell book, which contained all the spells she would need to defeat him. "You must leave now," the wizard said. "The sorcerer is waiting for you at the edge of the forest. You must be quick, for time is of the essence." Adela nodded and set off towards the forest. She walked through the trees, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew that she was getting closer to the sorcerer, and that he would be ready to fight. As she reached the edge of the forest, she could see the sorcerer standing there, his dark robes flapping in the wind. He was holding a staff, which he pointed at Adela. "You will not defeat me, child," he said, his voice filled with malice. Adela knew that she had to act quickly. She reached into her pocket and took out the spell book. She found the spell that the wizard had told her about, and began to chant it. The sorcerer's eyes widened as he realized what was happening. He tried to counter the spell, but it was too late. With a final burst of energy, Adela cast the spell and the sorcerer was engulfed in a bright light. When the light faded, the sorcerer was gone. In his place stood a small, timid-looking rabbit. Adela couldn't believe what had just happened. She had defeated the sorcerer and saved the magical world. She looked around and saw that all the magical creatures were cheering and celebrating. The wizard appeared beside her. "You have done it, Adela," he said. "You have saved our world." Adela smiled, feeling proud of what she had accomplished. She knew that she would always treasure this adventure, and the friends she had made along the way. "Thank you," she said, as the wizard led her back to the tree in the clearing. "Thank you for this amazing adventure."